Morning, Kenny.
Morning, Kenny.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Morning. Great, thank you. Thanks for coming on this morning. I was looking at the post-match comments. I was listening to them as well about people basically in agreement that they think that is it, over and done. What do you think, Kenny?
You know, it's a long way back for Rangers now. I mean, I know everybody throws it's mathematically still possible the Rangers can win it, but when Celtic are unbeaten in the league since October, they're going to need to probably lose 2, maybe even 3 games, depending on how Rangers do in the last 6. It is highly unlikely. They're just in some really, really good form at the moment. And yesterday was such a big game. You know, that was going to be the outcome if Celtic won the game, which is why I thought if Rangers don't lose, I think it's still there. If they could have won it, it was game on. But if they lost it, for me, it's going to be a long, long way back now.
Kenny, as a neutral, I know Trevor's a Celtic man, but I'm a neutral. I thought it was a brilliant game, though. I mean, watching that game, the intensity, the tackles, it's like an old-fashioned game. And I think the referee played his part as well. He let a lot of things go, and he knows how much important the game was. So it was a great game to watch.
It was, and you know, it sparked into life straight away. I mean, you've seen in the game 2 months ago at Celtic Park, Celtic just came out the traps and blew Rangers away. And it had the kind of reverse vibe to that yesterday. I mean, Rangers came out, they were great, they got on the front foot, they got the early goal. And it was with Celtic's first real meaningful attack that they managed to get back into the game. But like you say, it was a really, really good advert for Scottish football, because it's 2 really good teams going hammer and tong. And the intensity of the game, it was sensational. You know, it was a good watch, you know.
Yeah,
a really, really good watch and a good game. But I was obviously a bit disappointed in the result at the end of the day.
Kenny, listen, obviously I'm looking with green tinted glasses, but just tell the listeners how good a job Ange Postecoglou's done at Celtic, because remember he took over from John Kennedy after Neil Lennon left the football club. The players were leaving left, right and centre. The skipper's left to go somewhere. Just tell the listeners how good a job he's done at Celtic with his recruitment, the way that he's kind of found that DNA of Celtic and the way they want to play, and just seems to have taken to an unbelievable level so quickly.
He has, you know, and it's incredible, you know, how quickly he's got a whole squad gelled. He's got them playing the way they wanted to play. And yes, it was a slow start. You know, it was a slow start, but it's no easy to come into any football club, particularly the clubs the size of Celtic, with the successes that they've had over the last 10 years, and to come in and get it done, a little bit differently, because he's got his own style. But after the first kind of month or so of the season, 6 weeks of the season, where there was a few indifferent results, they have just been absolutely sensational. I mean, some of the football that they've played, I mean, again, as a Rangers fan watching it, it's hard to say this, you know, but it's been good to watch. Some of the stuff, and they've came unstuck in certain games, and where teams are kind of making it hard for them and making it hard to break down. But over the piece, like, he won the first trophy in December in the League Cup. Now 6 points clear in the league, and what a massive game in 2 weeks' time. The Old Firm semi-final. I mean, it's so big for so many reasons, because you've got Ange, who, like you say, the job he's done has been phenomenal since he's came in, and you know, he's been a breath of fresh air for Scottish football for me as well. But you've got his Celtic team going for a potential treble, and you've got Rangers who will be looking to get maybe the only bit of silverware is realistic for them this year, and they've got the opportunity to stop that treble. You know, so in 2 weeks' time, it's a monumental game in the Scottish Cup semi-final.
Kenny, I've got to ask you, because that's all the kind of fun of it still, but there were some unsavoury things yesterday as well. Police Scotland have opened an investigation on this. Celtic staff member needed stitches to the head. There was bottles thrown on the pitch as well. They had to stop play for a while, didn't they?
Yeah, it was no good scenes when you see that. Joe Hart was obviously the one that kind of alerted the referees and the stewards to the bottle that had been thrown on, and I don't know if it was smashed at the time. I would assume it wasn't, or maybe it hit the crossbar or something and just splattered all over the kind of 6-yard box. So no, it's really no good scenes. I mean, I don't know what you're thinking is going to happen at that point. You know, like it's really, really dangerous for everybody involved. I mean, again, when you've seen where the majority of that second half was played, it was in that area of the pitch, you know, so really dangerous for all the players that were involved. And, you know, you can't condone any of that type of behaviour, and rightly so, the police are looking into it at the moment. And again, the same with the Celtic staff member. It's not what you want to see. I mean, we should have been talking about a wonderful game of football with two really, really good teams going at it, league titles at stake, and again, with all the rivalry that comes on with that particular fixture. That's what we should have been talking about. But again, as always, there's always side issues that you need to address, and it's like you say, it's not good scenes. We don't want to be seeing that at all at any level of football.
Yeah, Kenny, big week for Rangers. Obviously, that big game in Braga on Thursday. I'm sure Ali McCoist will be there and thereabouts, won't he? Out there, I'm sure. So. But so Van Bronckhorst, all he's got to do now and say, look, the intensity was there. I know you was pushing for that equaliser, and I thought Celtic defended very well on Sunday towards the end of the game. But as long as they don't lose no focus on that Europa League, because they've had a brilliant campaign so far.
Yeah, honestly, the European performances, there's no doubt, have been the standout in the second half of the season. Obviously, the Dortmund one is the main one. Pretty much went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in Europe and came out top over the two legs, and then followed that up with a really impressive performance against Red Star. So it's a big opportunity to get to a European semi-final, so they need to refocus. And I know the lads, they will do. They'll of course, they'll be hurting and disappointed after that result yesterday. But looking back on the performance, it wasn't a bad performance. Like you say, Celtic defended very, very well in that second half. So, yeah, refocus on to Thursday night. And you just never know. As much as we're saying it's going to be a long way back, the hardest thing to do when you're going for a league is to go over the line.
Yeah,
to get over the line, it's a tough thing because the pressure continually builds. Also, the opposition have also got, we don't want them to win it against us, so they have that kind of level as well. So you just never know. So it's important that Rangers get back to work probably this morning, recover, rest up, and get ready to go again on Thursday night. And what you've said is a huge quarter final in the Europa League.
Okay, Kenny, thanks for your time.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Kenny.
Speak to you very, very soon. Kenny Miller there.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.